G'day folks, welcome to World of Warships with the magnificent Margon. Now, I'm doing an Aoba video tonight, which is not the one I was hoping to do, but I started working on this morning. It's been a couple of hours working on the Blastervark and review that I was going to do, the Polish destroyer that was introduced to World of Warships a little while ago now, and I pretty well shot all the footage of it, was doing the commentary, but realised that as I was doing the commentary I actually didn't have, the mic was turned on but I didn't have it recording the mic in particular, so I pretty well recorded the whole thing without doing sound, and I went, you know what, I'm not going to sit down again and do another hour and a half of me sitting here again talking about the ship all over again. I thought, nope, take a break, come back to it, do another day. It just annoyed me, something chronic, but anyway. But this Aoba video I actually did and shot. I actually played this probably about a week or so ago. Now, I haven't had a lot of really good matches in the Aoba. This is probably one of the few that I've actually had as amazing battles. I don't know why that is, but I guess the Aoba is one of those ships that I struggle to play. It's got like 203mm cannons or guns, so they're not like terrible guns, but I don't know what it is about the Japanese cruisers below the Aoba at the moment. Like, I've just unlocked the Myogi, I believe it is, the tier 7 Japanese cruiser. Myoko is the, or is it Myoko? One of the two. As you can see, I'm just having a look at all the detail on the map. I just thought I'd take my time about this. I've got nothing to shoot at, I might as well look at stuff I'm going to be shot at, things like that. So yeah, so I've unlocked, well, it doesn't really matter, I've unlocked the Myogi and the Myoko anyway. I've unlocked the Congo. I've got the Myogi, which is the battleship, so it's the Myoko, the next one, the tier 7 cruiser. So I have unlocked it all. This is one of the final battles I actually played in the Aoba, and it's sort of, I don't know, it just hasn't caught on as well as I thought it would for me playing this ship. I thought it'd be actually quite a good ship. Playing through the Futaka in the stage when the Futaka was just an absolute pain in the ass, to then jumping in this ship, there was a big change. But it just, to me, this ship hasn't performed like I hoped it would, and it's been one of those things that's just been really difficult for me to play. I think the reason for being is this ship in particular is, with the forward guns, only having 2 forward and 1 stern, if I am sailing away from the targets, I'm less likely to be able to shoot all my guns at them, because I've got to wiggle so far out to get my front guns to actually aim at the target, that it's better to be sort of the one doing the chasing rather than being the chased. So as you can see at the moment, like, it's working well for me here because I've got this Tirpitz that's in front of me, and I've got a Nagato over to my left, and now I'm taking a few sort of random pot shots with my torpedoes, hoping that I can hit. I was actually sort of aiming those shots like that purely and simply hoping the Tirpitz was actually going to turn. Now, as you can see, I'm actually turning away and going back out into open water, purely because there's, as you can see, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and, well, the battleship's almost dead. But you know what, if I actually aimed those torpedoes where the Tirpitz was going, I probably would have hit him, because look at him, he is sailing in a straight line the whole way. So for me, really, that was probably a wasted torpedo. I should have done it properly, aimed it up properly, I probably would have got the kill on that Tirpitz, but I didn't. and that was just my own silliness. As you can see here, I'm firing in my HE just to hopefully get a nice light up. He fired his rear guns at me and missed, and now I'm going back into assault mode, bringing my two stern guns to bear and getting back into the action again. Now I am anticipating torpedoes being fired at me. It was one of those things where I sort of did feel they might actually hit me. That was really slow. I wonder what was going on there. I don't know, I must have slowed down the video a bit more than what I thought it was. I thought it was travelling very slow, this game. Just sort of put it back to normal pace and it's doing well now. Yeah, not much else to say about the Aoba. As you can see, I'm coming into a really dangerous situation here. For the Farragut at 5 kilometers range, he can pretty well hit me with torpedoes if he's got them, but he's thankfully dead. And then I've got the Hatsuharu, which is another very good destroyer on my left there, just sort of shooting at me, which is odd for a destroyer to actually shoot at someone. You don't see that happen too often. I'm really trying to aim these shells quite nicely. Look at that. Nice 3 hits there with the HE shells. That does good. He's now fired up his whatever it's called, his turbo speed thing. He's fired torpedoes. So thankfully for me, I've actually been doing a bit of wiggling here, so I've avoided those torpedoes. But oh, here comes some nasty ones. Can I avoid these ones too? And yes, I can. And this is why they do say you should be on your toes the whole time. Oh, 4 hits there. That's even better. He's taken some serious damage. Now, I don't trust the Hatsuharu. I have a feeling like the smoke screen there makes it very hard. I've got a Nagato. I don't want to be hit by a Nagato. So what I do is I actually launch torpedoes through this little gap, more or less, just as a sneaky precaution. You never know. It's probably a bit early to be firing the torpedoes, but I did it just sort of to deter him from sort of going down that direction. Say, hey, I am paying attention. Now I have got a great support base behind me at the moment. As you can see, the other flank has completely been dominated by the enemy team on the map. I am firing again, even though the Hatsuharu is just sitting there. You never know, if he did come down that way, I might have been able to get a couple of sneaky torpedoes into the side of him. Feeling brave enough now, knowing that he's only sitting still, probably just getting all his repairs up, getting all these torpedoes pre-charged and ready to go. I send up my fighter plane, because lately I've noticed destroyer captains in particular have been forgetting, and I do admit occasionally there have been times where I have, to actually turn off your secondaries, so you're actually firing with your guns. So the idea of me sending up my scout drone, more or less, or my protector drone, is to light him up early, get a few spots onto him, and make sure we see him before we do. Now, going in here is a little bit tricky. I didn't anticipate the Atago. Gee, I can't talk tonight. I've got a big tongue inside my mouth at the moment. This is not doing very well for me at all. So I fired my gun. Now, I fired my gun first. The Atago is well and truly out in front of me. Now, I'm having a good scan around the map, and where I am, I'm not sitting in a very good position, full stop, to actually be useful to my team, other than the fact that I'm spotting all these targets. But if you look at the rest of my team, they're miles and miles and miles behind me, and all I'm going to be is basically extra XP for all the guys out here and cannon fodder. So I pretty well go, nah, bugger this. Buy a Targo, you're on your own out here, I'm turning around and I'm going to try and get my butt out of here. Take another shot on this the enemy Targo to see if I can light him on fire or something. He got hit by a torpedo. No, I missed him. And why am I turning back? Eventually, oh no, here we go. I've slowed my ship down. I'm now turning it. As you can see, I'm using everything to my advantage. It's great though, we have got some really good long-range cannons behind us on the other ships, so we're spotting all these targets for them and we're able to actually more or less get out of here. Now I'm going to leave the Atago. He's under some pretty serious fire there. The Fuso has just nailed him, probably for a nice citadel there, and I've gone, yeah, no, bugger this. I am not sticking around. I'm full speed ahead turn the ship around, and this is where I feel disadvantaged. If I've got the one gun on the rear, so I can only use one gun when I'm fleeing to actually shoot back at the enemy targets. Ooh. What is that? A Tanaskant? I guess that's how you pronounce it. It's probably the new Russian destroyer at tier... what is he? Tier 8? So it's sort of like, yeah, okay. But this thing has a mean amount of fire. It's almost like it is a gunboat, which is how I have a feeling the Russian destroyers would probably more or less play. There's more of like a heavy cruiser. As you can see, got through the nice gap in these islands quite safely, using it as cover. Took 2 shells there, but that's okay. I got out of there safely and on pretty decent health, surprisingly, with the 2 battleships around there, the other enemy Otago and the Tanakant, I guess, however you pronounce it, Russian destroyer. I felt pretty confident now. There is an Otago down to the south, so we're looking pretty good as a team. They could probably still, if they get a couple of really good easy kills right about now, like take me out, maybe take out a destroyer or the Cleveland or the Miyoko, and they're looking like they could be strong too. So it is one of those things where it is dangerous, but the worst thing for the enemy team now is they're actually all in the open, and being in the open gives us the advantage. As you can see, I'm slowing my ship down. I think I'm slowing down a quarter pace because there's this Fuso in the cap area. So I thought, well, why not? I could just sit here at the range behind an island, safe and secure, get some free XP, and oh bugger, there's the Otago. Alright, re-kick the engine in. Another reset on the cap, which is good. Let's get my ship into another position away from the Otago, because I don't really want to lose too much hit points. I'd rather sort of engage targets that I can engage when I want to engage. So I'm sort of sailing away, hoping the Cleveland comes in the range to actually start using his guns on the Otago to help me out, and it doesn't really get that way. I want to get some more free XP by resetting the cap area. Well, not free XP, but XP for my ship. So I thought, let's get back down here and help out the team in the positions down the bottom here. So we've got the Tanaka somewhere down there. They have Cap B in the end, probably because the destroyer has not been seen for ages, and he was the one that capped it out. But we're looking pretty strong ourselves. We've got our own cap area secure. We're 90 points in front, so they've really got to work quite hard to actually come back from this position now, and it really comes down to their battleships doing some really nice. Oh, there you go, 4 hits and a fire. That's nice to have it in the Nagata. That's really nice. So it comes down to them basically getting some really nice, good, strong hits on us, and probably even taking us. Oh, he's on fire again. Beautiful. I like it. I like it when things like that work in my favour. Shells coming in, and oh, look at that. Looking good. Yes, another 4 hits, but that's okay. He's on the fire. That Fuso's almost dead. The Tanakan is almost dead. Aiming up on the Fuso, I think I am. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is on the Tanakan. There we go. It was on the Tanakan. 2,000 damage there. Aiming up on the Nagata now. Here we go. Nagata's been taken out. 960. So it looks like we're going to pretty well win this one. All it's going to take is another ship to fall, or we get enough cap points. So this is pretty well the best game I've played in the Aoba, and I think this is probably the way I feel the most comfortable about playing the Aoba ship. It was difficult for me to play and to get the hang of, but I think now that I've got this feel for it and how I should play it, I think it might actually work in my favour if I ever do go back and play this ship for whatever reason. The Aoba is actually probably a really good ship. It is forgiving at times. I do give it credit, but you've got to really know. Now, I've been playing a lot of ranked battles lately, so it's been hard for me to get some footage as well. So that's why I haven't really put a lot of videos up as of yet, because I'm not going around getting hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay footage put together. So it makes it difficult. Bugger, that was meant to pause and it didn't pause. Oh dear. Alright, we'll just forget that that happened, and I'll just go over here. This is another Aoba battle. This is not the Aoba battle we just played, but that's another one that I have got as a review coming up soon. So I'm pretty happy with that end result. And yeah, outside that, guys, look, that's pretty well it for that battle. And that was probably a bit of a soft one. I did have a much better one to show you guys with my Blastavaki destroyer. Here we go. Here, I'll open this window up and I'll slide this across. This is just some of the results I've had in it of recent times when I was playing with a good buddy of mine, Fresh Meat, and this is probably a little bit of a sneak peek of what's to come, basically. It's one of those things where I was really sort of thrown in the deep end with this ship and caught off guard, but had some amazing battles and great end results as well. Outside of that, guys, I really need to learn to talk before I start doing footage next time. But outside of that, guys, look, please subscribe, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, like my videos. Facebook page is over there. Please jump in, like my Facebook page, and it will give you notifications. I do see a lot of people jumping on there, so that's great. Thank you for everyone who is jumping on my Facebook page. I am trying to get videos done, but as I said, a bit hard at the moment to actually do anything. There is another Aoba video to come, and the Blastavaki Polish destroyer, my review to come up very soon. Hopefully I will redo it all again tomorrow and get a great video for you guys. Outside of that, happy hunting. I'll catch you on those seas.